Hi Gladys, thank you. I'm glad that you could make it today. I think probably a few days ago on the telephone conversation, you mentioned a little bit about quite confused whether you are studying, you want to continue your studies or um, getting a job or something like that, right? Would you like to tell me a little bit more about that?
Okay, I'm just very confused over studying and working currently.
Ah, studying and working. So are you studying or are you working?
I'm usually doing both.
Oh, doing both. So it sounds like you are quite busy. Tell me more, maybe for a start, tell me more a little bit more about your studies.
Okay, all the while I've always feel that having a degree is very important. Since my younger days, my secondary school days, I'm always the top in class.
Wow.
Yeah, and my parents have very, very high expectations on me. And because being the only child, of course, I need to, provide for my family as well. So I always thought that having a degree is very, very important because in a society, if you want to have a good paying job, right, a degree and education is very important. And during my secondary school days, I have friends who have influenced me. They always say that, hey, let's study hard, work hard, and make it through to uni together. That's all.
Wow, so it sounds like you are doing well in school, you have no problems in studying, and you have a bunch of friends who are willing to stick together with you. So it sounds like your academic life has been something that is, and your parents are proud of you, right?
Yeah, I always enjoy going to school actually. I look forward to studying.
So you are now in your first year university,
Yeah.
in a school of your dreams, and it's a course that you have always wanted to do?
Always wanted to do. Even during my A levels, I actually had chicken pox. Yeah, and I thought I couldn't make it through to my dream course, but actually eventually I studied hard and I put it through and I made it through to university.
Wow, so it sounds like it is a school, a course, something that you have always wanted to, and now you are doing it. So, what's the confusion then?
Okay, because during my summer holidays, I actually went for interview and I landed myself in a big events company, and it's a well-known company in Singapore, and I'm actually doing part-time for them.
So has that been a positive experience for you?
Oh, definitely.
Tell me more about it though. How long have you worked there?
About 3 months.
3 months. Are your colleagues okay, or what have you learned in that 3 months? Is this something, it sounds like you are very excited about this job and things like that. What is it all about?
Okay. This job is actually my dream job because it's something that I want to do in the future when I graduate. And when I was working this job, I feel that I've learned more in this job than in school because
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I have a lot more to hands-on than in school.
What about your colleagues then? Do you get along well? Do they help you along?
They do. They actually treat me like as though I'm part of them. They don't even treat me like a part-timer.
Oh, okay. Is there something outstanding in the 3 months that really makes you feel so proud of being in a dream job? Or what makes this a dream job for you?
Being a part-timer, people don't really give you much responsibility. But in my case, it's different because my boss actually challenged me to manage an event, and I actually managed it, and it was very successful, and my boss was actually very satisfied with my performance, and I myself was also satisfied because as a part-timer I can actually manage the event so well, and that's why, because my boss told me that, hey, you did a very good job. And recently he's actually offering me a full-time position in the company.
Wow, sounds like you feel very satisfied in your job currently, and then now this is like a once in a lifetime opportunity for you to do. Having thought of that, have you ever thinking, or are you thinking right now of stopping the job or stopping your studies, or what are you thinking of at this point?
I'm just very confused because I thought that even without a degree I can also perform well because my boss, he do not have a degree. He started since 18 years old. He opened this business since he started this business himself, and then he has climbed up this far. Even my colleagues as well, they do not have any degree, and yet they are also performing well, and yet they are also earning as much as a degree holder. And my boss even told me that if I were to take up this position, right, he will also offer me a starting pay as a degree holder. So I thought, since my colleagues don't have a degree, so why must I have a degree? I don't think that having a degree is very important, because I feel that since I'm already in this job already, why not just continue working?
But however, back to when you're studying days, that is also something that you wanted to be, right?
Yeah.
But don't you feel that if you start a job right now, that will be something that you started something and not pursued it completely? How do you feel about that?
That's why I'm very confused. I mean, having a degree is a dream to have a degree, but is this, on the other hand, this is a dream job. And if I were to leave this job and continue my studies, it's a missed opportunity. Because what if I graduate and I can't find this same job again?
Have you ever spoken to your, or rather, have you ever considered talking to your boss? Maybe he would like to, since he likes you so much and he's offering you a job, maybe would he like to keep you a sideline, and probably after your studies, continue to offer that job to you? Have you considered speaking to your boss about that before?
Not really.
Maybe something that would be something that you like to consider. What about your parents? Have you talked to your parents about that?
No. I know they will be disappointed, if I were to leave, if I were to just leave my studies and continue working, because as I said, as the only child, they have very high expectations on me, and they will be disappointed to know that I were to leave, I will not continue my studies.
So that would be another thing that you have to deal with right now,
right.
dealing with the parents' expectations.
That's right.
Yeah. Have you thought of how you're going to do that? Would you ever consider talking to them about it?
I don't know. I've never considered talking.
How about maybe let's do this, yeah? We give ourselves, we have a short break, maybe a week later we come back. But in the meantime, plan for a day and evening or so, take your parents out or go and have dinner with them, and over that dinner, share with them about this job experience, something that you're so excited about, and then maybe ask them how they feel about it. And if they are positive about it, that might be a good indicator that it is something that you can consider. That's one. Two, the other thing that you could do also is maybe, you want to consider talking to your boss. Since they say you are so valuable and and they enjoy, sounds like your boss is really a good guy and he has really made it and he believes in young people. Would he consider part of his investment in your life to put aside, maybe keep it a sideline or keep this post or something intact, so that when you're more ready or when you finish your education, you can continue with that. Maybe that would be another line you can pursue. So when you are through with those two, then maybe a week later we can sit down and talk about that. How about that?
Okay.
Alright then, I'll see you there.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.